What on earth could the Cold War, Mountain Dew, Flat Earth, Admiral Byrd, and the Aurora Borealis have in common? Stick around, you'll find out. I want to start off by showing you this map. It's called the Mercator map, and whether you believe we live on a globe or a flat stationary plane, it works for both models. But what I want to show you is this part right here. We're going to zoom in on it right now. Okay, here it is. And what we have here in the center is something called Mount Maru or Rupus nigra. And you will not find this on any of our current day maps. And it's not because it's not there, it's because they hide it from you. Because whatever is here would fill you in on the place you live. And I don't know if it's because there's a toroidal field here that is coming off. I don't know if it's because this giant magnetic mountain is the one that is so big and huge that it's what all our compasses point to. But all I know is they don't want you to know what's there so badly that they created a Cold War to set up shop so that they could prevent everybody from going in. And I'm going to show you that right now.
The North Pole is a biggie. It's always been in my mind. I've juggled with the idea, is there hidden land? Could they have possibly hidden a continent in the Arctic Ocean, which is seemingly an ocean? They could hide land there. Many old maps will show you the Hyperborean, 4 continents, and in the center, Axis Mundi. And I think that is what's there. I think there is Mount Maru. I think that there's possibly a North Pole part in the electromagnetic torus, which gives off a green light, which you see as the northern lights.
The North Pole is the center of the Earth. It is a hyperbola. Because we live in a toroidal field solar system, there must be a plane of inertia intersecting it in the middle, and there must be a hyperbola, hourglass, in the middle. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, it calls this Mount Maru. And why are we not allowed to go anywhere near there? Well, simply because you cannot go there. It is a magnetic toroidal hyperbola. Therefore, there is no way that you can fly anywhere near the North Pole in the center of the Earth.
So what I want to show you here is that in 1947, Admiral Byrd took a trip over there. And if we all knew that there was a toroidal field, then we would certainly know that we don't live on a globe. So I want to show you proof of him going over there. I want to show you how that led to the Cold War and how they did predictive programming even with Mountain Dew.
Is a reading of the official transcripts of Rear Admiral Richard E. Byrd's flight logs recording during and shortly after his pioneering journey deep into the unknown regions of the Arctic North Pole on the 19th of February, 1947.
So I just want you to bookmark this. 1948, Mountain Dew was first trademarked. I want you to think about this as I show you the problem, reaction, solution that they create for not wanting us to go to that North Pole. It's probably something you guys have heard of. It's called the Cold War. Now check this out.
On a parallel just north of 66 degrees is the Arctic Circle. If modern bombers carrying modern bombs over the polar ice cap were to cross the Arctic Circle at midnight, they could destroy virtually...
Is the big picture, an official television report to the nation from the United States Army.
In the barren, frozen wilderness which reaches above the Arctic Circle, a new system for continental defense is being built under conditions where ice and snow and isolation are part of everyday life, where man must learn to live with nature before he can learn to defend himself against a living enemy. This is the Dew Line, a carefully planned system of radar stations for detecting approaching enemy planes while they are far beyond our borders, stretching from the northwestern limits of Alaska, across Canada and on to Baffin Bay. This distant early warning line is being constructed by the Western Electric Company with the help of other units of the Bell system. Another tremendous communication...
So here's what's really going on. Here's that toroidal field with Mount Maru, And they don't want you anywhere near that, because if you got near that, you would realize you live on a stationary flat plane and not a globe. So what do? They say they're building things to detect people coming across. No, they're building detection so they know if anyone from both sides is getting to this area. And notice it was called the dew line, right? That's funny. Let's look at this. Do you remember I said to remember what year they trademarked Mountain Dew? It was 1948. Do you remember what year Admiral Byrd went to the North Pole and probably found Mount Maru? 1947. So we have Mountain Dew, Mount Maru, and we also have the dew line that is supposedly detecting if anyone's coming from Russia across. But no, what it is it's detecting anyone going anywhere near that giant magnetic rock that is probably drawing all our compasses to it, to the north. It probably has a giant toroidal field coming out of it. Maybe that's what's creating the firmament. And they'll stop at nothing to keep you from knowing you live on a stationary flat plane and that God created this place, and they can control your mind because you think you're living on a globe. Same reason you can't go to Antarctica is because you'll probably find the firmament down there too. So you got to look at this and see that they even created a flavor named Cold War, because all the Cold War was a problem, reaction, solution to be able to send a whole bunch of troops and equipment and stuff up there to create all that surveillance. So they would know the second anyone is going to find anything that would give them some truth. And I'm going to do a part 2 to this, talking more about what I think the Aurora Borealis is and it involving stars. So if you know it involves stars, it's probably going to involve dogs, maybe some angels too. So stick around for part 2. Give me some comments of what you think below, and have an awesome day.